All right, PFT Live Friday edition, mailbag time. Let's get right into it. We got some great questions to take a gander at today. Neil watches PFT. Now the football season is over. The coaching carousel GM cycle is over, and teams start to announce their offseason preparations. Do you think we will see any unofficial blockbuster trades announced like we saw with Matthew Stafford a year ago? And Charean, I'm going to get back to what we said earlier about Aaron Rodgers. I think he's the first domino, and we all know that would be a blockbuster trade. It's not going to be a surprise. We were surprised by the Matthew Stafford trade. Not that we didn't know he wanted out of Detroit. We just didn't expect it to happen that quickly. We didn't expect it to happen with the Rams. We weren't really thinking about it, and it dropped on the Saturday the week before the Super Bowl. I feel like anybody who could be traded that would be a big name, we're kind of searching and thinking and looking. Kyler Murray's on the radar screen now. That would have been a blockbuster if it happened without warning. But I can't think of one that would make me say, holy crap, I didn't expect that one to happen.
Well, here's the funny thing. He calls him Matt Stafford, and I didn't know if that was intentional or not because Matthew Stafford's wife wore a jacket, if you didn't see it, in the rally the other day that says Matthew, not Matt. Kind of like Patrick Mahomes' mom got mad when they called him Pat. So I did laugh at the Matt Stafford. But you know what's weird about this, Mike, is the Super Bowl was so late this year that now the combine is coming in the league year. I was just looking like March 8th, which is not that far away, is the deadline to franchise players. That's the franchise tag deadline. So we are so far into this, I don't know that any of these would be considered early. What I considered early was like the Alex Smith trade from a few years ago. That came at the Super Bowl. And the Super Bowl was a week earlier. So that was like early February that happened. So I don't know that I consider it early right now. I guess it's before the league year starts, so it can't be considered official. But we're getting really close to the start of the league year right now. So I don't know if we'll see any of that happen before the actual start of the league year.
I think the fact that the coaching carousel took so long to resolve this year prevented the commencement of the quarterback carousel. And now we are in the zone where you can start figuring out where your options may be, and one of these unofficial trades may happen. But I still believe that Aaron Rodgers is going to dictate all this, and that's going to be the first domino. And then after we know where he goes, maybe some of these others will happen. But we expect all of them. We expect Jimmy Garoppolo. If Russell Wilson gets traded, we're not going to say, oh, my God, I didn't see that coming. Now, it could be a team that he gets traded to makes us say, oh, my God, I didn't see that coming. But I can't think of somebody out there, which would definitely make it a holy crap moment if it happens. But I think we've now learned, after the Matthew Stafford experience, to watch everything very carefully because you never know where it's going to pop up. Wilbur Nola asks, who's going to be the starting quarterback for the Saints next season? My money is on them bringing back Jameis Winston because of his familiarity with the system. He posted a video yesterday of him moving and sliding and recovering from the torn ACL he suffered on Week 8 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Charean, the problem is, unless he's cleared, the Saints are going to make plans at quarterback. And I guess they could just say it's Taysom Hill, and they'll leave a light on for Jameis Winston if he's able to come back by training camp. But that injury and the timing of the injury halfway through the season, it really makes it difficult for him to be part of the quarterback carousel that plays out in March.
Well, that's absolutely right, Mike. And if he was healthy, I would also say that maybe the Tampa Bay Buccaneers would be interested in bringing back Jameis Winston if it's not going to be Tom Brady, because he was their fallback plan 2 years ago. If they didn't get Brady, they had already said, we might go back to Jameis. And it didn't happen, obviously, because they ended up with Brady. So those two teams would be options for Jameis if he was fully healthy. But I'm not sure he's going to be ready for the start of the season or training camp or whatever that is. So I do think he's going to have to go back to one of those teams that he's familiar with, because I don't know that anybody else is going to sign him. But I also think the Saints will look around and figure out who the quarterback that's better, perhaps, that will be ready for the start of the season could be. And I don't know who that is right now. I don't think it's Trevor Siemian, and I don't think it's Taysom Hill. So I don't know who the quarterback is that they get. But maybe there's one. Maybe they're the team that we go, holy crap, I didn't see the Saints trading for this guy.
There has been some mild chatter of maybe Aaron Rodgers to New Orleans. Someone I trust, as opposed to the people that I don't trust, someone I trust says there's no way in hell that's happening. No way that the Saints would make a play for Aaron Rodgers. And I don't know that Rodgers wants to go there without Sean Payton. Yeah, Pete Carmichael's staying as the offensive coordinator. I don't know that that's enough to attract Aaron Rodgers' attention. And as to the Buccaneers bringing back Jameis Winston, that would have sitcom written all over it. Him and Bruce Arians coexisting after Arians ran him out of town. One name to watch for the Bucs that I hadn't thought of, Teddy Bridgewater. Because 2 years ago, Arians made it clear that it was Brady, then Bridgewater. Those were his two. And I don't know that Bridgewater's done anything dramatically different the last 2 years that would cause Bruce Arians to view him any differently. He's been the guy that he always was. And he wasn't horrible last year, and he wasn't horrible with the Panthers. So maybe that's one that the Buccaneers could do and still be able to bring back Tom Brady if he would decide to play. You know, you go all in for Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson, you can't bring back Tom Brady. If you get Teddy Bridgewater under a reasonable contract, you could bring back Tom Brady if he decides to keep playing. T-Dar Law, some of these handles, I don't know. It's like trying to figure out a license plate that has a message on it that I can't discern. Someone asks, will CeeDee Lamb go to Arizona to play with Kyler Murray?
Absolutely not. He's the number one receiver on the Cowboys. They're going to commit to him and sign him to a long-term deal. So I think CeeDee Lamb is going to be with the Cowboys for the foreseeable future. Now, Amari Cooper, that could be a possibility.
Well, and I think the bigger issue is will Kyler Murray even be in Arizona? If CeeDee Lamb shows up, he may be looking around saying, where's Kyler? Let's see. One more. Tribnick. Over under 15, teams would have had better records this year if Dan Campbell and his staff. I don't even understand that one. Do you understand that one? Over under 15, the teams that would have had better records this year if Dan Campbell and staff was their coach. So I get it. Okay, so how many teams would Dan Campbell and his staff have made better than they were? Over under is 15. I'll go under. I just don't think that you bring that style into a locker room and expect it to have immediate results. It may have results down the road, but I don't think it's going to make a team better right away. It's going to take some time to have it percolate.
Well, the only one that I think you need to talk about is the Dolphins, because they had Dan Campbell as their interim head coach a few years ago. That's getting to be many more years ago. But they could have had Dan Campbell as their head coach, and perhaps he would still be their head coach today. Perhaps not. We don't know. Would he have made the Dolphins better this year than what they were? I don't know. I think that Brian Flores is a pretty good head coach. I would take the under on the 15 as well, although you know I'm a big Dan Campbell fan, and I think he's going to be a great head coach, and I think he's going to be in Detroit a long time.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.